The samurai did not live free of doubt. He lived through it, blade drawn, breath steady, eyes unblinking. He understood that fear and hesitation are not enemies to be destroyed, but shadows to be studied, teachers carved from silence. The sword was not merely a weapon, it was a mirror. Each strike reflected the purity of his intent. Each hesitation revealed the tremor of his spirit. Doubt, like rust, begins invisible. It hides beneath thought. It whispers in comfort, saying, "Wait." But the steel that waits too long to be tested breaks. Musashi wrote that the mind must be shaped like water, clear, formless, ready to move without hesitation. Takuan Sōhō warned, "The instant you fix your mind, you have already lost." He meant that attachment to fear is attachment to stillness, and stillness, when born from hesitation, becomes death. Between breaths, the bamboo bends, and in that space, the warrior learns to wait, not from fear, but from rhythm. So ask yourself, what holds your blade tonight? What thought has grown so heavy that your hands no longer move? The path of mastery begins with motion. Even an imperfect strike is purer than paralysis. The samurai does not wait for certainty, he creates it through action. Doubt feeds on delay. It grows in the spaces you leave empty. But when your steps fill those spaces with intent, doubt starves. Every breath is a choice, to be forged or to be forgotten. The samurai's mind was a moving river, never stagnant, never still. He trained not for applause, but for presence. In every morning cut through mist, he met his uncertainty and dissolved it through rhythm. Discipline is the antidote to doubt. It is not born of motivation, but of devotion. Musashi called it keiko, constant practice until thought disappears. When the body and spirit move as one, there is no space left for hesitation to breed. The modern mind fears silence. It seeks validation instead of focus, comfort instead of control. But the samurai's world was filled with silence, and in that silence, he found clarity. To conquer doubt, you must learn to be alone. Not lonely, alone. Hagakure teaches, when you are resolved from the heart, you will fear nothing. Resolution is born in solitude, where the noise dies and only your truth remains. Yagyu Munenori warned, hesitation is the crack where defeat enters. Every moment you pause without purpose, the enemy of clarity steps through. Do not run from uncertainty. Meet it like an opponent on the field. Sense its rhythm, trace its pattern, then strike, clean, simple, final. You will fall, you will rise, you will bleed. But each fall polishes your resolve. Each rise teaches you stillness. The warrior does not train to be flawless. He trains to be unmoved by imperfection. So I ask you, when was the last time you faced silence without distraction? When was the last time you let doubt speak and answered it not with fear, but with motion? There is no shortcut through uncertainty. Only repetition tempers the mind into faith. And faith, once forged, becomes armor that no hesitation can pierce. Fire is the purifier. It burns the unnecessary and leaves only essence. So too does resolve. When doubt rises, step into the flame. Not because you enjoy the heat, but because you know clarity is born there. In Bushido, Nitobe wrote, the essence of bravery lies in steadying the mind when fear arises. The samurai does not erase fear. He steadies it until fear becomes focus. Doubt thrives in chaos. It feeds on divided attention. But the focused mind, tempered by repetition and fire, is untouchable. Do not let the world rush you. Move with deliberate intent. The sword that strikes too early reveals fear. The one that strikes in rhythm reveals mastery. Between breaths, between thoughts, timing lives there. The moment you act without hesitation, you return to your nature. and that nature is calm under pressure, forged in fire, unbroken in loss. You cannot conquer doubt through words. You conquer it through presence, through the simple act of meeting each moment fully. Musashi wrote in Dokudo, "Accept everything just the way it is." He did not mean surrender, he meant clarity. To see reality as it is to see your path without distortion. When you stop resisting what is, you reclaim the energy wasted on wishing. Every acceptance seals power. Every resistance leaks it. In the end, there is no enemy but the one who hesitates. No rival but the reflection that trembles before choice. The path of the warrior is not to destroy doubt, but to walk beyond it, into the stillness where instinct becomes truth. This is the void Musashi spoke of, the emptiness where form dissolves, where the sword and spirit become one. When the mind is clear, there is no I to doubt, only action flowing through awareness. The samurai stood beneath the same stars that watch you now. He felt the same chill before battle, the same breath before decision. He too knew hesitation, but he chose to move. And in that single motion, he became eternal. Doubt will never vanish. It stands beside you as shadow stands beside flame. But when you walk long enough in truth, the shadow can no longer touch you. So this is your challenge. When hesitation returns, will you bow to it or move through it as the samurai moved through fear itself? The answer will not come from thought. It will come from motion. Step forward, draw the blade. Between stillness and strike, there lies your freedom. The sword that cuts doubt does not tremble, nor should you.